Namaskar. A warm welcome to World News, an Indian perspective on All India Radio. This is R.S. Raghu, bringing glimpses of major developments of the day from across the globe. The headlines. India and Bangladesh hold virtual summit. Prime Minister Narendra Modi says strengthening relations with Bangladesh a special priority for India. French President Emmanuel Macron has tested positive for COVID-19. Spanish Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez goes into quarantine. Traces of SARS-CoV-2 virus discovered in Chinese frozen meat. India seeks swift action against vandals of Mahatma Gandhi statue in Washington. And India's ISRO successfully launches CMS-01 communication satellite. Prime Minister of India, Mr. Narendra Modi, has said that Bangladesh is a major pillar in India's neighbourhood-first policy and strengthening bilateral relations is his priority. He was addressing the virtual bilateral summit with his Bangladesh counterpart Sheikh Hasina Wajid today. Mr. Modi said, even during the tough times of COVID-19 pandemic, the cooperation between India and Bangladesh has been remarkable.
बांग्लादेश हमारी नेबरहुड फर्स्ट नीति का एक प्रमुख स्तंभ है। बांग्लादेश के साथ संबंधों में मजबूती और गहराई लाना मेरे लिए पहले दिन से ही विशेष प्राथमिकता रही है। यह बात सही है कि वैश्विक महामारी के कारण यह वर्ष बहुत ही चुनौतीपूर्ण रहा है, लेकिन संतोष का विषय है कि इस कठिन समय में भारत और बांग्लादेश के बीच अच्छा सहयोग रहा।
The Prime Minister said both the countries have improved connectivity and this reflects India's commitment to strengthen ties with Bangladesh.
सार्क फ्रेमवर्क के तहत बांग्लादेश के योगदान के लिए मैं आपका आभार व्यक्त करता हूं। स्वास्थ्य के अलावा अन्य क्षेत्रों में भी इस वर्ष हमारी विशेष साझेदारी निरंतर आगे बढ़ती रही है।
Mr. Modi said just after a day after Vijay Diwas, today's meeting holds special significance for both the countries. He also said that it is a matter of pride to celebrate Vijay Diwas as a mark of victory over anti-liberation forces. Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Bangladesh Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina jointly inaugurated the Bangabandhu Bapu Digital Exhibition. The Chilahati Haldibari rail link between the two countries was also jointly inaugurated. India on Thursday expressed solidarity with Bangladesh's war of liberation and condemned state-sponsored oppression which left more than 3 million people dead and over 2 lakh women raped and tortured. At a special press briefing, the External Affairs Ministry of India echoed Bangladesh Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina's sentiments. She had stated earlier this month that Bangladesh can't forget the atrocities committed by Pakistan in 1971 and the pain will remain forever. India and Bangladesh have highlighted the need for safe, early and sustainable repatriation of displaced persons from the Rakhine state in the bilateral meeting with Bangladesh. At a press conference, the External Affairs Ministry said it appreciates the humanitarian burden on Bangladesh.
Both sides agreed and highlighted the need for safe, early and sustainable repatriation of displaced persons from the Rakhine state back to Myanmar. And we also appreciate and understand the humanitarian burden being faced by Bangladesh while hosting more than 1 million displaced persons.
The External Affairs Minister of India, Dr. S. Jaishankar, said the confluence of the Indian and the Pacific Oceans can no longer be handled at distinct spheres. He was addressing the CII Partnership Summit 2020 on the topic of Indo-Pacific. Dr. Jaishankar said denying Indo-Pacific is tantamount to refuting globalization. He underlined the importance of maritime cooperation in the regions. The minister said that a safe, secure and stable maritime space is a necessary condition for peace, security and prosperity as he outlined India's vision under the Indo-Pacific Oceans Initiative IPOI.
The IPOI is aimed at furthering practical cooperation as an open, non-treaty-based global initiative. It has 7 pillars that address different aspects of the challenges that international community faces. The IPOI is an inclusive and open initiative seeking to better manage, conserve, sustain and secure the maritime domain. It does not envisage creating a new institutional framework and will rely on the ASEAN-led East Asia Summit framework.
India has urged strong action against those who vandalized Mahatma Gandhi's statue in the US. The External Affairs Ministry said India strongly condemns the action of the miscreants masquerading as protesters. It has sought early probe and action under law with the authorities in the US. This is All India Radio giving you the world news. The international mission led by the World Health Organization WHO is expected to go to China in the first week of January to investigate the origins of the novel coronavirus SARS-CoV-2 that triggered the COVID-19 pandemic. According to reports, a year into the COVID-19 pandemic now, a team of 12 to 15 international experts is expected to go to China. They would examine evidence including human and animal samples collected by Chinese researchers and build on their initial studies. However, the Chinese Foreign Ministry was yet again evasive in its response without any comment on the WHO visit, but said it is ready to enhance its cooperation with WHO. In another development, traces of SARS-CoV-2 virus have been reported in China in frozen meat produced by its companies. This is the first time frozen food packages of Chinese companies are reporting novel coronavirus from its own meat products. Beijing, battling global criticism, has been trying to change the virus origin theory and trying to shift the blame outside. A Chinese study claiming virus origin to be Indian subcontinent had to be withdrawn within days of its release after being criticized. The US military slammed China for failing to appear at virtual senior level meeting scheduled this week. The People's Liberation Army PLA declined to participate in the virtual Military Maritime Consultative Agreement MMCA work group and flag officer plenary session with the US. IndoPacific Command scheduled for December 14 to 16. Admiral Phil Davidson, the commander for U.S. Indo-Pacific Command, issued a statement. He said the PRC's refusal to show up to MMCA is another example that China does not honor its agreements. This should serve as a reminder to all nations as they pursue agreements with China going forward. India and the United Kingdom have expressed the resolve to further strengthen their educational collaboration. This was decided at a bilateral meeting between India's Education Minister Ramesh Pokhriyal and United Kingdom Foreign Secretary Dominic Raab in New Delhi today. The two countries agreed to deepen their engagement in the field of education and research and work collaboratively on mutual recognition of academic qualifications over the next year. Hailing India's National Education Policy 2020 as visionary, Mr. Raab said the proposed reforms will open up opportunities for students, the economy, and for deeper engagement and collaboration between the two countries. Now the coronavirus updates from around the world. The WHO has confirmed at least 72.56 million COVID infections worldwide. French President Emmanuel Macron has tested positive for COVID-19, while Spanish Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez has gone into quarantine as the two had met recently for the 60th anniversary of OECD. India's indigenous coronavirus vaccine, Covaxin, has shown to generate robust immune response in its first phase clinical trials. The Indian Space Research Organization ISRO has successfully launched the country's new communication satellite CMS-1. The workhorse rocket PSLV C-50 carrying the satellite lifted off from Satish Dhawan Space Center, Sriharikota. Subsequently, the satellite was injected into the geosynchronous transfer orbit as planned.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Lift off.
India is celebrating the 151st birth anniversary of Mahatma Gandhi. Before we end, let us listen to his favorite bhajan Vaishnav Jan by artists from Bhutan on its National Day.
Vaishnav Jan so teene kahiye je peer paraye jaane re par dukhe upkar kare to ye man abhiman na aane re.
And with that, we end this bulletin. See you at the same time tomorrow with the next edition of World News.